Hope these cameras are running, guys. Hope everyone's having a wonderful morning. It is Jerry Trades back again with another banger video, and I hope all you guys are having a wonderful one. It is now Sunday before market open of week 4 of April. It's going to be a very exciting week coming up. But as I begin to build more consistency behind this YouTube channel and attempting to share more of my own story, share a little bit more of my personality, and connect with more of my audience, and really establish this as my personal brand, I want to be able to open up and share more about myself, to be able to maybe find things in common with you guys, things in common that some of us as young adults struggle with, some of us as young adults agree with, some of us as young adults want, you know, and that's what life kind of is about. You know, I want to share with you guys today, you know, my journey like with social media and how it really did impact and change my life. And this all kind of really, you know, started for me as I began my business journey. I began building my delivery service. So when I began building my delivery service, you know, of course we had our social media presence for the vast majority of us. If you're like in the public school system and you know, got introduced to Snapchat, you had like Kik back in middle school, you had, you know, Instagram, and then you had, you know, a whole different, you know, there's a few other softwares out there, but these social media platforms, you had a few social media platforms to pick from. But as we began to connect with each other in the school, and it built some sort of unity, and it began to teach me the networks, you know, I had that presence, and I was always very social in high school, thankfully. I didn't have a hard time connecting with others, and I think that really stemmed from being an only child. I've always craved connection and socialization, because as a young adult or a young child, I was very, you can kind of say, I mean, somewhat like, really, my mom was always busy, single mom, you know, like figuring it out. Like I was very neglected, and I did build myself up. You know, I had to learn how to be there for myself at a very young age to keep myself going and learn how to do the things that other kids were learning to do, because there was no one there to teach me. I didn't have a father to help incorporate, you know, a lot of, you know, behaviors and thought patterns, and you can say mindsets into me. A lot of this, you know, had to be taught by myself. And well, I always was very social in high school, and it helped me build a lot of relationships that changed my life. You know, one thing like I really make this channel for is because life is like not easy for everyone. It for sure wasn't easy for me, despite what people may think now. You know, I did, you know, have a little bit of a difficult upbringing, not to victimize myself here, but I know what life's about, and I know that it's not easy, and I make these videos not to seek some sort of glory, not to seek some sort of financial return, not to seek some sort of, you know, anything that can genuinely benefit me. You know, I share my story, document it, and share it with online presence just because I hope it helps someone. I hope I'm there for someone like no one was there for me. Because despite this taking a little bit of like a sad tone here, it's the truth, bro. Like, not everyone lives a rainbows and sunshine goddamn life, bro. There's a lot to be grateful for, and a lot of us don't see it until it's gone. So I know how difficult it is, despite just my own story. As I matured and grown now to 23 years old, I've looked to my left, I looked to my right. I have seen friends from high schools, you know, clients of mine, life significantly changed for the worse because, you know, some unfortunate events. I've seen some of them go down the wrong paths. I've seen some of them, you know, go pursue careers and build a really, you know, steady, I guess you can say, lives for themselves. So I've seen things, you know, and like that's why I started this, because it's difficult to gain that consciousness, gain that enlightenment of how the world really works when there's no one there to show you. There's no one there to tell you it's real. There's no one there to tell you it's possible. No one there to show you it's possible. And it really does change everything, bro. It changes a lot when you begin to develop that one for yourself, and it changes a lot quicker when you have someone there to show you. So I understood how long it's taking me. Look, now I'm 23 years old. That's about a quarter of my lifespan, bro. Gone. And because I had to be delayed in this education, delayed in this experience, despite me even starting so early at 17, there was just no guidance to help me speed the process up. And I share this with you guys because I genuinely want to help. You know, there's There's ways of thinking, there's ways of conducting life and operating financially to help increase your gain. And when you have more financial, for sure, I know when you're building yourself up and you're starting from zero like myself, I was trading a lot of time for money. So I would sacrifice a lot of time for little money. So now I sacrifice a little money to have a lot of time. And that switched when I began investing and be getting into business. Everything changed for me, and social media was one of those catalysts that helped influence this, helped create this for myself. And it all did just start with basics of, you know, my social media presence from high school, buddies I known, friends, and that was buddies I known and like grown up with. After that, I began to become a little bit more entrepreneurial. I started my delivery service, and man, I had the nerve to go, hey bro, like I started this delivery service. We're offering these products in these areas. If you're ever interested in them or know someone that is, please let me know. And then I started asking, hey, are you okay with, you know, maybe reposting my company or my business on your social media? It'd be very helpful if you are. Hell yeah, I got you, bro. Don't worry. Boom. References, and then marketing for free, and outreach. At the young 17, 18-year-old kid, I didn't know what I was doing. I just had this intuitive thought that this is what I had to do to make more out of this opportunity. And keep in mind, I was working 2 jobs. I was at Chipotle. I was at these warehouses. 17 years old, bro. I had no father figure. I had no uncles. I had no big, real friends. I had no one around me that had 2 screws in their head, bro. I had to learn from the bottom, literally. And that's why I know maybe this message won't be for everyone, but damn well it'll be for someone, because I'm not alone. My coworkers were for sure there with me because they didn't have much guidance, much help either. So just to look at that, right? When I go out to the public, I look at people sacrificing time for certain opportunities, and it's not because they necessarily want to, they just don't know any better. And this is a real aspect of life here. This is real, guys. I just want you to understand there is business owners, there is investors that own the home, the land you're living on, the businesses you operate and work for, and they're not trading so much of their time for money. And if you haven't gotten the gimmick yet, time is the one thing we don't have infinite amount of. We all do, unfortunately, pass. And many, I feel genuinely from my heart that we all deserve to live a fulfilling life where it's not so much trading work for money, despite those being the conditions we were programmed to think and the conditions we were programmed to experience and live in and see all our loved ones live. When it's not an experience, it's not programs that you have to follow, that your kids have to follow. Now, it's very uncomfortable, it's very difficult. Yes, hell yeah. It is not easy, especially with no guidance, no help, no examples. How are we gonna ever see the picture? Never. So yes, bro, it's very, very, very difficult. And me, you know, I seen this, so it was nowhere near easy for me either. But like I said, starting off this journey, bro, just with that intuitive desire to connect with more people, and it was all through social media. I never tried in person because obviously as a delivery service of this product, you can't really go up to strangers offering it. So I was like, okay, perfect, whatever, you know, I'm gonna stick to social media, and boom, I began to think at scale. And this is for any young, bro, if you're 18 years old, I promise you, if you post your face on your page every single morning, say a good message, introduce you guys, let them know that you're available and you're there, ready to work, just be clean. Have a clean, you know, like get a good image to yourself in terms of like your hygiene, you know, you're well dressed, you're promoting a lifestyle that people line as productive. You know, me, I was always posting myself playing soccer with friends, always posting myself, you know, catching a workout, always posting myself cooking myself some good meals, always posting myself, you know, working with clients, always posting myself, you know, reading a book, always posting myself boxing, always posting myself fencing. I started, you know, showing people what I was about, connecting to them on my day-to-day life. And then when they would think of, you know, my page or see my page, they'll correlate it to what I offer, and like, hey, yo, bro, are you available? Hell yeah, man, I've been watching your stories, bro. Like, I mean, I live here in this area. Are you able to come by? Yeah, I am. What do you need? Oh, I need blah, 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 blah. All right, cool, I'm on my way. And now I'm meeting strangers. I'm connecting with people through these apps, these social media platforms. And it began to shape for me that vision. It began to shape for me, wow, I'm 2 jobs over here, trading damn near 12 hours of my day, like what, 15 hours of my day to go make what, 200, maybe $300 a day, to over here in this business, hey, maybe one day I was making $200 for 6 hours. Maybe I was making $100, but there'd be days I'd make 400, 500, 600, 700. I'm only 18, 19 years old at this time. And I'm teaching myself this, learning, because I don't have no one to teach me. So it's like beginning to knock and click with me that, yo, there's opportunity here. And if you can somehow begin to crumble the opportunity here, depend on this one, and use the time from this one and throw it into the business, you can soon outperform this one and just be full-time business. You'll wake up what you want. You'll never have to go to lunch when someone tells you. You'll never need to pick days off. You're free. You just got to run this business. So there I went. All right, like, cool. It's clicking now. Boom. More messages, more messages. Now I began at scale. It wasn't he, ha, ha, ha no more. It was real. Let's do it. And every single person I messaged, bro, you're talking about maybe 50 people a day. 50 people a day, right? And that's really shy. Like, honestly, I'll tell you, it's probably like around 100 people a day minimum. Copy and paste a message 100 times on a phone, it's not difficult, guys. It's not. Most people are going to leave you on open. Some won't give a shit about you. Some won't even pay attention to you. But when you send those messages and they watch your story, it's a hit or miss. Some are going to like you, some aren't. Boom, whatever. On to the next, on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. Keep on going. Keep that story going. Keep sharing it. Keep you throwing those hooks, those jabs. Get up in there, bro. Dig it, dig it, dig it every day. When you get up in that consistency of just interacting, shooting your shot with so many damn people, and you're just every day firing content with them, connecting with them, letting them know who you are, you build trust. You build that audience, that connection, and man, they'll support you, bro. Some people will. There's always some sour nanny out there that won't, but it's all good. As you continue to that, I was doing 100 people with this same kind of strategy, and there you go. 3,000 people a month I was connecting with, at least trying to. Now, let's be realistic here. F it. Who cares about the 90% of the people? Let's say my ratios are that off. The world is such an evil, crucial place that I only get 10% back on my work. 90% of them don't give a shit about me. I'm out here. It's hard. That's what it is. I want you guys to know that. In business, it's hard. Some people do not give a crap about what you have to offer, and they have less of a crap about who you are. It happens. When you're over here trying and trying and trying, 90% of those will throw you out. You're out the picture, bro. 10% of them probably will, hey, give you the chance or talk to you. 10% of those people, hey, 10% of 3,000, you're looking at 300 people. Now let's say half of those people, hey, I don't like this guy. Hey, you're not the guy for me. Now you take half of them off, you still have 150 people by month 1. If you want to get even worse, and oh my God, all the odds are against me, statistically, let's go ahead and divide that by half now. You still got 75 brand new clients your first month by doing of sending messages, sending messages, sending messages, sending messages, sending messages, sending messages, sending messages is way better, much more productive, much more efficient financially for you, behavior-wise, than just the scrolling part. Much more wiser eyes. You're wasting a lot of your time. So practice these behaviors, believe in your opportunities, believe in your businesses. Social media is a great tool, bro. And this helped me connect with, like I said, roughly 75 people a month, whatever. By month 2, I had 150 clients. By month 1, let's say just those 75 people alone. Those 75 people alone, oftentimes my price for a product was $50. So right there, by month 1, if I sold 2.5% of half the people of the people, the 100% of the people I worked with, I would make an easily $37.50. All right, and that was by month 1. Let's say we double that number by month 2 and month 3. Let's just do month 3 just to stop messing around here. But that's $11,250. By month 3, if you only convert 2.5, you think me being so well at communicating, so well behind the camera, I was only converting 2.5? Bro, I was converting probably 10%, 7, 8% minimum. Insane numbers I began to develop, bro. That job, that opportunity, that I was hanging around coworkers that I didn't think alike, that I didn't want to be around, that environment that made me feel so scared, so like nothing was ever going to change for me, like it wasn't possible, like I couldn't see money, I wouldn't be free, I would never own my own home, I'll never figure this life out. I forgot all about it, bro. I started doing my business, flowing, happy, bro. Every single morning, waking up, getting it, connecting with people. What's up, man? Good to see you, bro. Hey, man, I'll see you again next week, bro. Have a good one. Building every single day. This was the best, most developing time of my life, bro. Best time of my life. And, man, killing it, bro. Killing it. The numbers began to come in, and that's where, like, I just tell you guys, bro. Remember, I'm just a kid, bro. With no mom with the time to teach him business, no dad with the time to teach him about money, you know, no friends with their heads on their shoulders, 2 screws in their head to want more out of life, you know. Growing up in an environment where you're not seeing nice cars every day, you're not seeing what's possible every day. You don't see that. And I had to build myself up. I had to go through this, bro. I had to experience it. And my parents can't teach me how to make $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month. My parents think you can make that, you're supposed to make that in like half a year. My parents, bro, they think that $20,000, $30,000 a month is impossible, that's, you know, never happening, that's not real. And that's where I tell people, like, you have to be very careful with how you let your parents shape your world, how you let your friends shape your world, how you let your own thoughts shape your world. Last month of March, I cleared $24,000 in 1 month. The month before that, I did do another $20,000. And boom, now you see it, bro. Like, whoa, this kid really earned it. I'm not no different. I didn't have help. I cried countless nights, bro. I make these videos not to be famous, the guys that you guys, be the guy that you guys like, that you guys, you know, glorify. No, I make this story, bro, because I know just how damn hard it is. I know how difficult it is to overcome, you know, diversity, overcome insecurities, overcome, what did I call these last time? They're called limiting beliefs. How to overcome limiting beliefs to shoot for the fucking stars, bro. To go for it, homie. I had to learn that for myself with no big brother, no real influence, no motivation, no dad, no mom to paint the picture for me. Bro, oh my God, bro, oh my God. Hard, 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 hard. Damn near on the brink of suicide hard. Mentally deteriorating, bro. I had no hope that I'd ever be able to get to just a little damn apartment. Never in my life that I imagined clearing 24, almost 25 grand in just 1 month. That's real, bro. I'm not lying to you guys. And I know for many other people, bro, my age, they hear my story, they don't know my story, they just think I live in La La Land, that I just talk a crazy one. But bro, if you don't believe me, bro, man, look up these guys, bro. You gotta learn how to pick your content better. I love this content, bro, because it really has some badass stories that shape you. Over here, man, School of Hard Knocks, asking millionaires how they got rich. This guy made 10 million, asking billionaires how they got rich, asking, you know, homeowners how they got rich. Like, these people have some fascinating stories, bro. Fascinating stories. You have tech company owners that have companies valued at $300, $200 million. Like, there's a big world out here. But when you're just that kid growing up all by yourself, figuring it out, not too many friends, not too many connections, not too many inspirations, not really too social, you know, doesn't really know how to use social media for beneficial purposes, you won't see it. Because, you know, it took me a while for me to see it. And that's where I go ahead and shape this for you guys, to tell you guys, you know, social media, you have to learn how to use it financially, but use it to connect. And that's why I make these videos, because it's to connect with you guys. It's to build familiarity, a relationship. You know, if I try to meet 50 people in one day. You know how hard it is to try to, set good impressions, really connect with someone, maybe take a relationship with them further into, a real acquaintances, business partnership. Like nowadays, I feel like socializing is just a little bit difficult. Everyone has a high guard, low trust. A lot of people, I feel like when I've interacted with them in sales and door-to-door marketing, it was very like defensive. Not a lot of people are like stranger danger, stranger danger. They're not too opening. And I can say that's kind of in certain environments, but most people, it's just small talk. They'll never give you the time of day to really build something with you, for the most part. And my experiences in communication, by any means, if you guys have any different ones, I highly do believe in them, but I just at 23 haven't found them. But now, if I go on social media and post a video and 50 people watch it in the first hour, and let's say, later on in the week, or later on in the day, now I have 600 people that watch the same message, watch the same video. Whoa, now we're talking. I'm not, hey man, nice to meet you, I'm Jared, what are you into? Well, talk to me a little bit more about yourself. Every single time, 600 times. Now it's a one-sided conversation that people are listening to, building the connection with, hearing me out, and boom, I connect, I meet people, I grow. Much more efficient. And that was what social media did for me. Social media, bro, let me be myself. Social media let me express how I think. Let me talk to, other people at an accelerating speed, fast. Back in like my prime, bro, I was getting 1,000 views on Snapchat. I was getting 400, 600 views on Instagram. Bro, that's 1,600 eyes on me. Remember that 10%? 1,600, let's say 10% of them. Out of those, that's 160, by the way. 10% of that is 160 people. 5% of that, that's 80 people. You think I wasn't closing 2.5%, which was 40 people? And now my business model is much different. It's not a delivery service for $50. It's now my experience with high-ticket consulting and coaching and, high-ticket sales. It's, whoa, we're talking drastic numbers that now it's more of a quality, not a quantity aspect to my business model. I've made more. Bro, back in Tesla, what? I did 116K in 3 hours, bro. And I love this, bro. I love it because I could prove it, bro. Like, I can genuinely prove this stuff. Like, this is insane. My Robinhood, by the way, over here, realized profits and loss, bro. Look at this Tesla trade back in April of 2025. Bro, come on, man. I don't got to lie about this stuff. Bro, I'm telling you guys the real story here, bro. Look at the real story. 25.7 with a return of 145, 116 in profit, a 452% gain. This is on my phone, bro. Trust me, bro. I don't gotta lie to you about none of this, bro. It trips me out, bro. It's not normal. It's not normal at all. It's not normal. It's a whole new field of life, homie, that, man, you gotta put your ego to the side and you gotta know how to surround yourself with these people. I didn't have these people. I don't have these people. I'm not the millionaire. I'm not the guy with, the $50 million company, but I sure as hell ain't the kid that was, growing up working at Chipotle no more. And I connect, I help people, bro. And this is where, like, I've been able to help people, especially like my men, because like we all want more, we all want money. We know as men what it takes to provide for a family. At least the vast majority of us do. There's some busters out there that take it too easy and left to live off of their parents, but some of us that want to be the parents, we snap out of it pretty damn quick and get busy. Now with those people, I've been able to help them because they all have their own ways of making money. They're not traders. They're not investors. They're business owners. They have very high paying careers. They're extremely well paid employees. Some of them have their own investments, their own rental properties, and they just don't understand the stock market. They just don't know how to trade. And guess what? Here comes the young buck, 23 years old with 5 years of experience. Hey man, I could teach you. And I'm only going to charge you $250 a month, the price of a Honda to these guys. Bro, my own suppliers, or my own now bigger end clients are trusting me with coaching, with mentorships to help them learn how to trade. And now I'm a resource. I'm helping them make more money, and I'm helping them take away their negative habits of using that money to go gamble, using that money to go blow in the clubs, using that money to go, spend on expensive clothing, using that money to go take out bigger liabilities, nicer cars. I'm teaching them to invest, play a little bit conservatively, compounding, grow that money, trade and invest it. I'm helping these guys on such another level that, whoa, bro, the reward behind it, like, they don't even care about paying the $250 a month for the 12 months up front. They all pay me up front. All my clients pay me up front, $3,000, one go, boom. And now, go ahead, Jerry, do your thing, man. Let's get it. And we work, we build. And this is my life now. This is what it's becoming. And holy crap, bro. Social media is the reason why. Because I made these videos, because I told this story, because I shared with so many other people years of my life before just you guys meeting me here. I'm now 23 years old. I've been doing this since 17, man. It was not an overnight. People don't like you. There's a lot of negative in this world. There's a lot of, overcoming you have to do. There's diversity, there's challenges. This is not an easy life by any means. You guys hear my story, bro. But if you keep your chin up high, stay away from the trouble, focus on the money. Be smart with your money, dog. Want to learn and be really smart, you'll crack this thing. And you'll crack this thing, and then you'll meet the boys that crack this thing with you, and man, you boys get it in, bro. That's why, like, nowadays, bro, like, I really do pick who I surround myself with. I pick who I take seriously, because I know not everyone is on it like this. Not everyone genuinely, some people think 3K is the end of the world to them. People I hang around with, 3K is just another, like, day, a weekend out, 3K is like, oh yeah, that's our table at Zendara's. Like, that there's nothing, bro. That's literally, like, 3K is like the payment on some of these guys' cars. 3K is like half of these guys' mortgages. Like, there's some grown adults out here, and I now pay attention to, the people I interact with, and I'm like, man, like, if you have that fear around money, bro, it's going to be very hard for you to see $1 million, see 10 million. Remember, people own tech companies valued at 300, 500 million. Bro, NVIDIA, bro, I know it's a pretty absurd tech company, but evaluation's about $4 trillion. Brother, that's more than your mom, your dad, your grandma, and everyone after is going to be combined for the vast majority of us. We could combine all of our family trees. 4 trillion? Oh yeah, good luck. Some big numbers out here, bro. Huge numbers out here. You can't get stuck thinking small, bro. You get stuck thinking small, you won't see it. And you have to keep an open mind. You have to keep that offensive, bro. And man, I hope that I was able to kind of help you guys understand really how to think about social media in your own lives. It's a lot of overcoming. It's a lot of discomfort to get out there and share your message, share who you are, share how you think. People will judge you. But in this life, not everyone's going to like you. And you have to be able to pursue and be able to help more people, connect, be resourceful. Be resourceful in this life. It will work for you financially. Once you find out the finances, you'll understand the relationship part. You'll understand the health part. You'll understand the smart part. But you need to get the financial one to get the ball rolling to see all the other rest and experience and learn and develop across those other ones. Because the finance one really does offset a lot, change a lot. And you got to be mature. You got to be responsible around these changes. And you got to know how to maintain it. You got to know how to grow it. And this is why I work with my clients. This is why I am who I am as a mentor. Why I am who I am to so many people. I want you guys to understand that this business model with SoCal Trading Group and my mentoring offer, I started just 6 months ago. I'm now at 93 members. I did 93 members in 6 months. Why? Because people have been watching me for years. People have been connecting with me for 8, 7 months already. And they see what I'm on. They see the vision. They know where my head is at. And they know that I'm someone they can trust to help get them there. And that's what I want you guys to be able to do for someone else's lives. Because life is hard. Go help someone. Go get busy. Provide service. Be resourceful. Get out there and get it, man. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. It was a little story of mine to you, and it really did change my life, bro, 100%. So I want you guys to be able to live that same story, if not a better story, and just kill it out here, bro. Jerry Trades the SoCat Trading Group, man. Over and out.